Jesus was very clear. This wasn't optional because he said, unless you do this. That means it's non-negotiable. He said, unless you eat of the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you have no life in you. Jesus said, what? Eat his flesh? Drink his blood? It's no wonder the crowd freaked out. That verse made a lot of people back in his day walk away. So what did Jesus actually mean? Welcome to Bible Impact. Today we are continuing with the series, Jesus Said What? And we're going to talk about something that he said in John chapter 6, verse 53, that is actually kind of still controversial to this day. He said, unless you eat of the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you have no life in you. Jesus said, what? That's probably what you're thinking when you read this verse. That verse made a lot of people back in his day walk away. And let's be honest, it still confuses many of us even to this day. So what did Jesus actually mean? Today we're going to dig a little deeper into that, because hidden in this message is a message of intimacy and transformation and life itself. At first glance, it sounds like Jesus is asking people to become, well, let's be honest, cannibals. Eat his flesh, drink his blood. It's no wonder the crowd freaked out. Even today, people brush past this verse and assume it's just a metaphor or riddle. But Jesus was very clear. This wasn't optional because he said, unless you do this. That means it's non-negotiable. So let me tell you what this verse isn't. It isn't about physical eating. It's about union. Jesus wasn't offering a sick kind of snack. He was offering himself. He was saying, don't just learn about me, consume me. Let me live inside you. Let me become your life. This was a radical shift from religious rules and moved us toward relationship. And to be honest, that's why so many were offended, and even are now, because rules help to keep us at a distance. But that's not what Jesus is after. You see, here's the thing. Religion keeps us at a distance, but Jesus, with this statement, invites us to be up close with him and into a place of intimacy. Religion says, just tell me what to do. But Jesus says, rest your head on my chest and hear my heartbeat for you. Transformation isn't just about knowing facts. It's about consuming truth. It's not enough to just believe in Jesus. We have to feed on him. And that means surrendering control. And control is something that we really like. It also means letting go of formulas and stepping into a living relationship. So Kelly, how do we apply this to our lives? Well, it's not just about Sunday or communion time. It's about Monday. It's about Tuesday sitting in traffic. It's about the hard moments on Wednesday. Are you feeling spiritually exhausted? Well, maybe you're relying on yesterday's bread, old formulas or old things. I can't live on yesterday's bread. I need to have what Jesus is doing now. And Jesus offers fresh bread every day. So let me share a story. I have a Messianic Jewish friend. That means she is a Jewish person who came to believe in Jesus as the Messiah. And all her life, she and her family participated in the tradition of the Passover meal. And my friend said, after she became a follower of Jesus and still participated in the Passover meal, she said she just sat there and wept because she realized that all those years that her family took part in this meal, that Jesus was proclaiming himself as the living sacrifice, as the lamb that died for them, and they didn't even realize it. I wonder that when Jesus said, you must eat my flesh and drink my blood, that perhaps the religious people of that time understood he was indeed proclaiming himself as the one true Passover lamb. And perhaps that's why the religious people of that time that were following him were so offended, or at least part of the reason. And I want you to realize something else about that story. The children of Israel were instructed to apply the blood of the sacrificial lamb over their doorpost so that the spirit of death would pass over them. And then they were told to eat the flesh of the lamb because they needed strength for the journey that was to come. So they didn't just have to apply that blood. They had to eat the flesh of the lamb. The blood saved them from judgment, but the flesh gave them strength for the journey ahead. It's the same for my friend, and it's the same for you and me. It's the blood that saves us from judgment and death. But if you want strength for the journey of this life, you need to eat the flesh of the Lamb. You need to consume Jesus. And now my friend doesn't just celebrate the tradition of her family, she feeds on the living truth. So what are the benefits of union with Christ? Well, as we just said, it gives you strength for the journey. You walk in spiritual power and not just good behavior. You see, religion just tries to modify your behavior, but Jesus wants to move you out of performance and into his presence, into relationship. You're not just following Jesus, you're fused with him, and his strength fills in your weakness. So let me ask you, are you feeding on opinions, distractions, yesterday's spirituality, or are you feeding on the bread of life? Jesus isn't looking for fans. He's looking for partakers. Come to the table, eat, drink, live. Because Jesus didn't just die to make you religious. He died to make you one with him. He is the Passover lamb. He is the table. He is the life inside of you. Don't just admire him, consume him.